10% is what they're saying for Social Security, and everyone would be included. That's what they're mentioning right here in this press release, which I will be popping up on the screen for you in just a minute so you can see exactly what they're saying. Now, before I pop this up on the screen for you, I do have a quick question for you. Do you think that Social Security independently, as well as the administration and DOJ, should be allowed to make all of these massive changes within Social Security? Let me know down below in the comment section if you feel like sharing. You can simply just write a yes or no, but it seems to me like so far this year in 2025, there's a lot of cooks in the kitchen, and the kitchen being Social Security, and all these cooks are really messing up the batter, and it's probably not turning out to be all that great of a recipe here. I don't know. It just seems like it's really making things really difficult for the program as a whole, as well as the beneficiary, but I'd love to hear from you down below in the comment section, and in just a second here, I will pop up the details of this. Now, obviously, we've seen a ton of changes out of Social Security this year. I mean, I say that all the time. I recognize that, but it's true. This is not normal. I just want to make that very clear. If this is your first time watching a video here on the channel, or if you are just new to looking into Social Security, things like that, I just want to make this very clear. This is not normal whatsoever. What we are seeing so far this year with all of these massive changes, Social Security coming out like every week with a big breaking press release. Whoa, we're doing this now. We're going to change the program. And all these different actions out of DOJ and the administration and all these different things. This is very abnormal. I just want to make that very clear, okay? So if you're like just looking into this, you're like, wow, this is a mess. Yeah, you're right. It's usually not like this at all, okay? Anyway, let's pop up this here right now on the screen. This is the article I want to bring to your attention. It is in regards to a piece of legislation that lawmakers introduced. Now, I'm going to be fair with you. They introduced this a few weeks ago, okay? But it's out there, and just want to bring it to your attention quickly. To be fair with you, I have not talked about this specific piece of legislation before in other videos. I've talked about many others, but not this one, okay? Anyway, this one actually has a super interesting and kind of a weird name, but I'll tell you the name of it. Clause Off Social Security Act. Seriously, you can't make this stuff up. That's the real name of it. Clause Off Social Security Act. Okay, so apparently we're a bunch of bears now or something? I don't know, whatever. Or I guess like lions and tigers and stuff have claws too. I guess a lot of animals do, but I don't know. I'm thinking of like a vicious predator animal, right? Like a big old bear, big grizzly or something. Okay, anyway, so here's the deal. These lawmakers with their Clause Off Social Security Act are basically saying, hey, stop messing around with Social Security. And basically what they're calling on is the resurrection of the 10% clawback in the event of somebody being overpaid by Social Security. Now, this might sound familiar, like, hey, I'm pretty sure you've talked about something like this before. Hey, you're very right, yeah. We've seen so much back and forth of this going back to early March. So a few months ago, well, a couple months ago now, as I film this video, a couple months ago we got, the original introduction or the announcement of the reinstatement of the 100%. And then they came back and said, well, just kidding. We're not going to do that. We're going to do 50% now. This was a few weeks ago. And now they're coming back with these lawmakers here saying, well, clause off. And we're going to call on 10% across the board. Now, what's interesting about this, remember, last year, it previously was 100%. It was 100% for years and years and years and years. But then last year, they came in and they said, we're going to do 10% or $10, whatever is greater. Well, that was a cool thing. And then March of this year, they reinstated the 100% garnishment in the event that somebody is overpaid, with the exception of SSI. SSI was going to remain at 10%, right? I've talked about that before in other videos. But now these lawmakers, again, in the Clause Off Social Security Act, I feel like I should have like a bear mascot or something, right? But anyway, they're suggesting that we should lower it to 10%, basically reinstate the 10% that was there for about a year's time, from March of last year, 2024, until March of this year, 2025. So about 1 year, the 10% was in place. So the lawmakers are suggesting, let's reinstate the 10% garnishment in the event of an overpayment versus the 100%, because seniors and people with disabilities rely on their monthly benefit for the bulk of their income, and it's the decision between paying for housing and utilities and food and medications and medical bills and whatever, things like that, versus Well, having all your money taken away in the event that you're somebody that has been overpaid, and Social Security coming in and taking all of your benefit until the debt has been paid off. Not cool, right? Well, again, here with the clause off Social Security Act, they're basically just suggesting, well, let's remove it back down to 10%. We can give beneficiaries the option to make large payments if they desire. I don't know who would do that. I don't know who would do that. You certainly can. I mean, I don't want to like what's the word? Encourage somebody to not pay that off. I don't know. I'm having a difficult time thinking of the word I want to say. I'm not sure what that word is. Anyway, I'm just like totally drawing a blank right now. Sorry. This is awkward. This is embarrassing. Okay, anyway. So here's the deal. They're basically just saying we're going to give seniors and people with disabilities, whoever it is, the option to make a large payment if they want to, but they don't have to. And then their benefit would just be garnished basically 10% pretty much forever, because at a 10% garnishment to pay back thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, which is generally the average overpayment, it's going to take a long time, years and years and years and years to pay that off at a 10% garnishment. But seniors, people with disabilities, anybody that has been overpaid would obviously then still be able to live their lives and not, have the fear of becoming homeless or not having any food or not being able to heat or cool their homes or whatever the other situations are that we've been working with and hearing about. Not a good situation. So, by the way, I want to make it very clear that clause off Social Security Act, this one here that I'm talking about, has not passed yet. However, you heard me talk about this, I don't know, week and a half ago or so, 2 weeks ago now. I don't remember exactly when it was. But I talked about this recently as well, but lawmakers sent this internal letter, right? The emergency internal letter to their staff saying, we're not going to do 100%. We're going to do a 50% garnishment on benefits, right? It was supposed to be like this secret letter that was sent in internally within Social Security, right? And then it was leaked out to the public, and I brought it to you in a couple videos. I had the article talking about it. I had the actual emergency letter that I brought up just the other day in a separate video. Interesting stuff, right? Wow. Yeah. Anyway, I'll keep you posted on this. This would actually be a good thing if they reinstated the 10%. 100%, bad. 50%, not good, but also not the worst of the situations, which is the 10 or the 100%. Whereas 10%, I feel like, yeah, that's good. We could probably all manage a 10%. Wouldn't be good, wouldn't be pretty, wouldn't be perfect, but it'd be way better than 50% and way better than 100% of a potential garnishment in the event of an overpayment. All right. Yeah, a lot of things happening here, right? Otherwise, hey, if you're looking for more certainty right now, a lot less confusion and frustration, here you go. Check this out right here. This is the phone number for a team of trusted advisors to help you with all of your Medicare needs. Again, Medicare supplements, Medigap plans, initial enrollment into Medicare, Medicare Part D, Medicare Advantage, whatever you've got to do. Whatever your situation is, if you're turning 65, if you're retiring, if you're moving across state lines or county lines, if you need help with any of your Medicare, again, initial enrollment or Medigap, Medicare Part D, Medicare Advantage, whatever it is, please call the number right here. Here you go. This is your team of trusted advisors. By the way, this is your exclusive phone number as well. This phone number right here is just for you in this community. It'll connect you with your team of trusted advisors. They're working every single day to help seniors, those of you here in this community, navigate your Medicare to find the best plan at the best price with the best coverages for you and your personal needs for whatever you need. And again, all of us have very different medical needs. My medical needs are very different than your medical needs. Your medical needs are very different than the guy down the street, right? We all need something very different. Therefore, we need the right plan. All of us on the same medical plan would be a really bad idea. It would not cover all of us properly. That is the power of having the right plan rather than just some random plan, right? Anyway, that's exactly what the advisors are doing. They're finding the best plan for you and your personal needs, so you can see the doctors and the providers you want to see, the networks you want to be within, the offices, the clinics you want to visit, the prescription needs if you have any at all. They'll find all of that. They've got access to over 20,000 plans across the country, and they're navigating all of them every single day to help those of you here in this community. Again, with your exclusive phone number right here that's waiting for you. Write it down, take a picture, take a screenshot, and you'll be super glad you did. A simple 5, 10, 15, maybe 20-minute phone call could possibly get you way better coverages and possibly even save you a ton of money, which, by the way, the average senior is saving $1,100. That's just the average. Obviously not guaranteed, but that's the average. Some people are saving more, some people are saving less. That's the average savings. Incredible. Anyway, please write this phone number down, write it down, take a picture, take a screenshot. That is your exclusive phone number for all of your Medicare needs. And by the way, it's 100% for free. My favorite price in the whole world, free. I love it. Otherwise, if you know anybody that needs this help right now, again, help with Medicare, whether they're turning 65 or retiring, or do they just need help with their Medicare plan, Medicare supplements, Medigap plan, Medicare Part D, Medicare Advantage, whatever it happens to be, please share this phone number with them as well. Again, I know you know a few people. Just think of who they are: friends, family members, neighbors, acquaintances, siblings, parents, coworkers, anybody like that. Go ahead and share that number with them. Thank you. Truly appreciate it. Otherwise, if you're new here, if you've not done so, please consider subscribing. Big subscribe button down below the video. Check out the other 5,000 plus videos here on the channel in the video library. The popular videos down below in the description or popping up on your screen here in just a minute. You'll see some videos there. Check those out. Otherwise, have a nice day. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll catch you again.